Can the average wine drinker tell a difference between a natural wine and a regular wine? Today we explore that in a blind tasting experiment. We have a 2018 Wirth Vineyard from Broc Cellars, which is a natural wine, and a Frank Family Napa Valley Zinfandel, just a very good bottle of wine, but a more traditional regular bottle of wine, if you want to call it that. So what is a natural wine? Did a little research on it, and there's no real classification for natural wine, but it's generally accepted that a natural wine doesn't use any synthetic pesticides, that it's usually hand-picked. It's sort of a micro vineyard, and what I'm most excited about is it uses natural yeast, meaning the yeast that comes on the skin of the grapes. And this has been known to give some really funky smells and flavors, and almost give wines a little kombucha type feel to them. So I'm curious if it's gonna be that radically different between the taste of these two wines. But they are around the same price point. Both wines are a little over $30, and I'm excited to see what we got. So Jenny's gonna go and pour them up, and we're gonna give it a taste. All right, we've got our glasses poured. E and J for Evan and Jenny.
Aw.
So sweet.
I'm so nice.
So sweet.
So sweet.
So we've got our Wine Folly Master Guide book opened to the Zinfandel page, story time for everybody, to see, because I'm curious, you know, natural wines are kind of getting hot. There's actually full companies being built around natural wines. So I'm curious, if you go natural with a Zinfandel, with a cab, is it going to be similar to a traditional cab, or is it going to be almost a totally different wine because of the natural yeast part of it? So I'm excited about this one. I think it's going to be very eye-opening and interesting, because it could go either way. It could be traditional tasting Zinfandel, or it could be something new. So I'm going to start with Jay.
Ladies first.
Ladies first, that's right. Ladies first. Interesting. So I'm actually getting like bright red fruit from this. Not a lot of funk or earthiness going on. It is just, I mean, that's strawberry jam. That is straight strawberry jam, which is on the wheel, I would like to say, is on the Zinfandel wheel. So that is interesting. Let's take a sip. Okay, medium tannin, but high acidity. It definitely coats the tongue well, and in the back of the tongue, just, I mean, I don't want to say warhead, that's a bit dramatic, but there's almost like a sourness going on to it. It's interesting. We stepped up our palate cleanser game here. We've got cheddar cheese and crackers, whole wheat crackers. So some of you might know we've been using baked Cheetos.
This is probably more professional.
I think this is more along the line of what you're supposed to do. Shoe fly. Don't bother me. So moving on to E, boys come second. One thing I thought, because I was doing some research on natural wine, I thought the colors were gonna be radically different. They're really not. They're both deep purple. The J glass might be a little lighter, but they are very similar in color. Okay. All right. Yeah. Full disclosure, I have had Frank Family Zinfandel before. It is delicious, it is good. It's not something that necessarily I would, and I'm not in this stage of my wine education where I could just, you know, smell a wine and be like, oh yeah, that's Frank Family that I had 2 months ago. But I have had it, and I do know that it is a very traditional Zinfandel. It is dark fruit, it is, you know, a good balance of tannin and acid, but definitely more on the tannin side. It is a pretty big wine. I mean, they are different. This is your typical Zinfandel. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. E is Frank Family, J is natural.
Yes.
So it's really cool because they are different, but not as radically different as I think some natural wines can be. This has more of, you know, the black fruit part of the wheel with the blackberry, the blueberry, the plum sauce, and this is smack dab in the middle of the red fruit wheel with really bright strawberry. It's delicious. It is a very good wine. It is just surprising, the acidity. The acidity is, it grabs your tongue almost. And again, it's almost like a sourness to it. So that is really cool. Guys, try natural wines, give it a shot. They are delicious. This Wirth Zinfandel is very good and definitely something new, and this is the reason I love wine, because it's the same exact grape, just done in a different way, and you get two very different finished products, but both are delicious. So try a natural wine, and we're gonna enjoy both of these tonight. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next blind tasting.